Hey, welcome to a brand new day. This is a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of Zone of Genius.com. And today we're going to talk about disruption. Are you able to disrupt yourself? And if you are, that's a great thing. Talking about a new brand that I hadn't heard of, but that may have been around for a while, disrupting Kraft's mac and cheese brand called Goodless. We'll touch on that in a minute. But some headlines we're going to get to today, as we always talk about the headlines of the day and how it affects your business. We're going to touch on number one, Google is appealing a search monopoly ruling and how that impacts you. Yes, it does. AI may help young job seekers, says Figma CEO. Did you know the sports sector could lose $1.6 trillion by 2050? Due to something that's very interesting. YouTube is adjusting its ad revenue rules around sensitive content. Ooh, and Walmart and Google are teaming up for an era of AI. Listen, we got a brand new show for you today. It's going to be an amazing show. As I darely is not a word, think it always is. So glad you're here today. Listen, this episode's brought to you by our good friends at Bitdefender, and I'm encouraging you today, if you want to be sure you're protecting your assets, not your wealth and your billions or trillions of dollars, or maybe your $5 in the bank, but you're building your business, why not be sure it's secure and protected? Your home, when you leave your home, when you're in your home, what do? Click. You lock the doors of your house. When you're in your car, when you leave your car, when you park your car, what do to your car? You kick it, you lock the door of your car. What about your small business? What about your business? Is it secure? Hackers, cyber criminals want to get your data. They want to get your information, not a question about it. Malware is real. Phishing attempts are real. Do you even know what you're clicking? Well, if you're like me, you install Bitdefender to make sure you have the best security you can for your business. Check out bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and make sure that your business is secure. With that, I'll be right back. This is a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. All right, we're back. So our flagship topic of the day is all about disruption. But before we get to that, let's touch on some of today's headlines today. Why do I got a mark on my shirt? You know why I have this mark on my shirt? Because I took this shirt right out of the bag and I didn't take the time to wipe it off well. So I got this little mark on my shirt, but that's okay. Let's keep on going. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Google is appealing a search monopoly ruling. What does that mean? Google filed an appeal Friday of a federal court's ruling saying the Alphabet-owned company held an illegal monopoly in online search. Now, here's the question of the day. I'm not a legal expert. I don't dive deep into this, but maybe there was a time where Google had a monopoly on search. But what's interesting about tech, whether it's in 2 years, 5 years, or 20 years, there's always somebody who can build better tech than you in a better way than you, or market it different. So Google had a monopoly on search, and it's still the biggest one. But I wonder, with AI here, does it still have a monopoly? Yes, Bing from Microsoft tried to beat it, but it has such a small market share. Yes, DuckDuckGo, I think it's called, they had a search, but it's very small. Google owns YouTube. Google owns Google Search. Google owns the ad business. Google has Gmail. It's got a lot of infrastructure. So if it's a monopoly or don't know, I don't know. I'll leave that to the courts. But here's the thing. Here's the thing to understand. How can you leverage what Google's doing for your own business in a good way? What can you do to have a small monopoly? This is really bothering me. What can you do to have a small monopoly as it is in your business? And here's what I mean. My book, Celebrity CEO, talking about how to leverage the power of your personal brand to build your business, is in a way talking about the monopoly in your customers' minds. When my best clients think of somebody who they want to host their best events, I have a monopoly in their mind. They hire me again and again and again to host their best impactful events. When I think of the brands and the people in certain circles I'm in, they're like, oh, Ramon Ray, the small business guy. This is Ramon. He produces so much content. He's always out there. He's always in our face. We can't get our minds away from thinking of who Ramon Ray is. So in your business, Google has a monopoly, maybe or not, in their sphere. What about in the minds of your customers? What are the things you can be doing day in, day out, and have a quote unquote monopoly, have the biggest market share you can in the minds of your customers, because that, my friends, is a good thing. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Ayanna, glad you're here today. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for seeing fit that I'm providing value, Ayanna. I appreciate you of the musical web being here for our 7:30 live show. Glad you are here, Ayanna. Hey, Alexandra Nicole, glad you've seen fit to come back again and say, let me get some Rundown with Ramon insight from Ramon Ray. Alexandria, glad you're here today. Danny, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today as we do a brand new episode of today's Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, AI may help young job seekers, says Figma's CEO. While concerns mount about the impact of artificial intelligence on Gen Z employment opportunities, Figma's CEO Dylan Field has a different take. And in hiring, my bias actually is a lot more toward the junior folks, Field said on the In Good Company podcast per Insider. Younger candidates are more likely to be AI native, which may give them a boost as companies increasingly look to implement AI, Field added. It's a welcome outlook for young job seekers. So So here's the nugget of the day here. Yes, AI is taking jobs, may take jobs, will take jobs, says the headlines of the day and all the smart people. I get it. I totally get it. But man, for us small business owners, we can look at things as a challenge, as a roadblock, or we can look at things as an opportunity. So Figma's CEO was saying, oh, wait a minute here. Do you know how many jobs are being created by companies needing people who are AI educated, AI aware, AI themed? That may be an opportunity. Maybe there's no need to hire so many coders, so many developers, so many white collar jobs doing this, that, the other. But if you can be in a construction firm out of 100 people and we need 2 people or 1 person that's very AI aware and knows construction, that could be a game changer for the business and an opportunity for your employment. So seek what they call the white space in any area you're in, and don't just see things as a problem. See things as a really massive opportunity, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm doing this in my own business where companies are like, Ramon, now we're not looking at this, not looking at that. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you looking for? And not like an opportunistic guy opening his coat, selling 1,000 watches. No, but I'm like, with what I do and the realm that I do, doing events, bringing people together, having a brand, having talent, having the eye of thousands and thousands of business owners, let me not just be focused on X, but let me listen to my brand clients. Let me listen to the market. Maybe they want X plus 1. That's what I'm thinking of and what I'm doing to grow my business each and every day. It's Alexandra Nicole says it is the pivot and tap into opportunities that are being created. Yes, yes, and yes. Welcome to a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. The sports sector could lose 1.6 trillion jobs by 2050. Yes, a new report from World Economic Forum says that. It's interesting that why sports may be losing money. While revenues are projected to grow significantly by 2030, the report warns that only 1 in 5 young people currently meet daily activity guidelines and stresses the importance of sustainability and innovation in the sector. So the sports industry may be going down by trillions. Why? Because people aren't working out. People aren't moving. Think about it. If Ramon, Ray, Alexandria, Denny, and Ayanna were like, nah, we don't want to jog or walk, we won't need running shoes. If we're like, nah, Ayanna's like, we don't need strength conditioning. Why does she need a gym equipment? Why does she need dumbbells? Why does she need a workout machine? No, she's not going to invest in that. It's amazing the things you don't think might impact your business. So what does this mean now for your business? That's a $1 trillion sports industry, but the same goes for you. Now, it may not be a $1 trillion problem. Ayanna may be having only a $3 million business. Alexandra may have only a $1.2 million business. Maybe Denny has only a $879,000 business, set in quotes, because those are bigger numbers than most people. But man, think about what's impacting your business, things you may not even realize, things you may not see. I'm honored. I'm working out at home, Ramon. I'm getting my workout on, watching Rundown with Ramon. Let's go. I had a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get it going. So this is the thing. It's important. We can learn. Success leaves clues, people. We can look at the sports industry aiming to lose over 1 point something trillion dollars over the next few years. And they be losing out on some of that just because their customer base is not active. So think of that for you. You're a lawyer. People are coming to you to draft kind of basic agreements. Is AI going to impact that? You can say no all day, but I'm telling you, maybe it is. You're an accountant. And people go to you to do reports and financing and things like this for small deals, for companies maybe less than 5 million. Is AI going to impact that? And maybe it's not AI. It could be other things. Denny's saying the weather impacts his business big time. Think about it. Who knew? Denny's like, you know what? If we get too much of this or too much of that, our business is going to be impacted. So this is something we have to think about, something we have to consider, everybody. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, reminding you, check out bitdefender.com. Excited to have you all here. This episode is brought to you by Bitdefender. Do me a favor. Just go to Bitdefender right now. Go there right now. Do yourself a favor and check out what they have for your small business. If you have not checked out Ramon Office Hours, you are missing out on a treat. People are signing up all the time, and I'm so excited. Many of you have said, Ramon, I want you to mentor me. Ramon, I want you to coach me. Ramon, I want more of this. Ramon, I want you to carry me along your journey because success leaves clues so I can learn from you, Ramon, what you're doing. Well, Office Hours is that place to be. RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. Check it out and see where I'm going. Let me rephrase that. Not check it out and see where I'm going. Check it out and let's go together and grow our businesses. Mentorship and coaching for your business in Ramon Office Hours at RamonOfficeHours.com. Thank you, Alexandria. Ding, 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 ding. Up next, interesting. YouTube is adjusting its ad revenue rules around sensitive content. YouTube has updated its content guidelines to allow the monetization of videos covering certain sensitive topics as long as they are dramatized or presented non-graphically. Some topics will remain ineligible for full ad revenue due to their delicate nature. The change responds to creator feedback about restrictive monetization policies. Listen, I think this is good. And this is not a moral decision about do you want cursing or not? Do you want something sexually explicit or not? These are things you can decide as grown folks what you want or don't want. That's fine. We all say we don't want and do something, sometimes the opposite. But I think for YouTube, the lesson learned, they're listening to their creators. They're listening to their creators. YouTube is a platform for any legal content to be shown, correct? Now, YouTube can make decisions what legal content they want or not, but you get what I'm saying? And I think in the same way, listen to your customers. You built a business doing X, Y, Z. Is there a subset of customers that you're listening to that's saying, you know what, we like X, Y, Z, but can you also offer a little bit of A, B, and C? That's something to consider. I'm going through this now in my business with the brand clients I work with. I've been Mr. Small Business, bringing them insights on small business. But you know what I'm hearing from more of them? A, Ramon, we'd love to know, can you bring us more mid-tier enterprise customers generating 50 million, 100 million, as it were? Can you do that for us, Ramon? Number 2, Ramon, can you convene journalists or press or media influencers together? Can you do that for us, Ramon? I have my ear to the ground, listening and having conversations with my customers to know, what do you want? What's of importance to you? And I have 2 sets of customers, as it were, people like Iana, Alexandra, and Denny, who follow me here on my email platform and by God's grace see me as someone they can learn from as I learn from them. And so I'm listening to them. What are their needs? What are the things you're interested in? Well, how can I add value to you? That's one. And then I also listen to my brand clients. What do my brand clients want? What do the larger brands want? What does Zoho want? What does AT&T want? What does Verizon want? What does Bitdefender want? What does VeriSign want? How can I better serve them? Because they're partnering and working with me. What can we do together? This is the path. This is the journey I'm on, and you need to be on that journey as well, listening to your customers. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been a brand new addition to the Rundown with Ramon. We got 2 more things to do. Headline of the day today. Then we're going to jump into our featured topic of the day. And by the way, as always, if you have questions for me, anything you want me to answer, something you're thinking about really for your business, something I said you're curious about, something you see me doing, you're like, Ramon, wait a minute, can you dive into this more? Let me know, put it in the chat, put it in the comment. This is our 30 minutes together. Will you get some free live coaching and insight from Ramon Ray? Ding, 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 ding. Walmart and Google are teaming up for the era of AI. This is powerful. $2 billion brands teaming up. From luxury to convenience stores, retail is embracing artificial intelligence across all sectors. This is the era of AI. Walmart, the leading e-commerce brand selling stuff online and offline. Google, the leading brand helping people find stuff online. They're teaming up to rewrite the playbook for retail, incorporating AI into the entire shopping experience. Let me tell you something this means for us. Are you collaborating? Are you working together? Let me tell you something I've been thinking about for a while. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to implement it. But I know several people that have oases and communities, pockets of people they're serving, but we're all small. I think of Alexandra Nicole, EYG Events. I think of my friend Paulina Lopez of Biz of We. I think of my friend Adrian Miller of A's Net. I think of Marilyn Wilkin of Breakfast with Champions. Several people I know, Precious Williams has a whole ecosystem, who have these ecosystems, but all of us, we're small. We're not as big as Inc.com, Entrepreneur.com, who have millions going through their funnels. And I'm like, man, what if there's a way that I could somehow bring us together? Whether it's for a mega event, help each other's event, but we're so small. Uber doesn't want to just pay, Alexandria $3,000, or Amazon doesn't want to pay just Paulina $2,500. It's too small for them. They want to cut a check for $50,000, $100,000, for in fact, millions. And I'm thinking, how can I make this happen? How can I do this? I have access to many of these brands. So when I see this thing here, Walmart and Google are teaming up, I'm like, man, how can this happen? How can we do something bigger, mega bigger than we can all do separately? How can I do an event? They had the 1 billion creator summit in Dubai with the best of the best of the best at that event. I'm like, I could do that. I've done events with 300 people, did it myself. I'm sure I could do an event with 3,000 people. Not that you have to have the numbers, but it's all about asking yourself, what are you doing to collaborate? What are you doing to bring two strengths together to do something bigger than you can? But you got to be clear, of course, why you're doing it. What are the strengths? What is the value? And what's in it for each other? That's the only way to go forward with success. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. We're going to touch about now today's flagship topic, and that's about macaroni and cheese and Goodless. So Heinz, I think it is Kraft Heinz, has owned the supermarket macaroni and cheese aisle for decades. So Wall Street Journal writes, when the first boxes of an upscale brand called Goodless landed on store shelves, the company wasn't worried. And then they said, hey, go out and try these noodles and see how they're doing. Kraft employees said the market-leading product was due for an upgrade, but with $1 billion of it, they're like, nah, we probably don't need to do it so much because we're good. But when Kraft and Heinz, two of the biggest names, merged in 2015, the combined company was supposed to breathe life into old brands, but it didn't happen. And so this is where Goodless said, you know what? We think we can do better. We think there's an opening. See, Kraft mac and cheese first sold in 1937 for 19 cents a box. It was the creation of Chicago-based cheesemonger James L. Kraft. And it goes on, and for decades it grew and grew and grew. I understand Warren Buffett had his hand in that, Brazilian private equity had a hand in that, and it grew and grew and grew, ruled shelves. 2014, competition was mounting, General Mills acquiring Auntie Annie, but still they were doing okay. So here's the thing, dividend to shareholders jumped $3.6 billion, so they're doing okay, but former employees at the company lost experienced leaders in marketing, research, and sales prowess. Macaroni and cheese from Kraft may be losing its mojo. So they brought a new management to help with that, but here's where things went different. A year earlier, had been walking the aisles at Chicago grocery stores with a notebook and pen. It goes on and on and on here. He purchased several brands, and I need to read this more in depth, but they agreed Kraft Heinz had left the door wide open for a mac and cheese challenge. His 10-year-old son, Earl, spat out a healthier variety from Kraft and cheese competitor. Kraft's classic version still tasted good and brought back memories, but it didn't appear much healthier. So here's where Goodless comes in. These two ladies, it looks like owning it, have this cool, snazzy, different-looking brand called Goodless Mac and Cheese. And it seems like people are liking it. Goodless is going up 5 points. Annie's is going up. Other private names are going up. But guess what? Looks like Velveeta cheese and Kraft is going back. Here's the nugget. Here's the lesson of the day for all of us. Where is the opening for you to disrupt your competition? I'm disrupting myself as we speak. Ramon Ray has been Mr. Small Business, and I'm still that to some degree, but launching with Genius Talks New York City, and we'll be launching Genius Talks in more places. Launching with Office Hours. I've never done coaching and consulting before. I'm stepping in to doing coaching and consulting with Genius Talks. This is a real thing. This is happening with Genius Talks. Stepping into my first global event, doing a global event in New York and India. So I'm disrupting myself. I'm moving into new spaces. I'm doing better, smarter deals with my brand sponsors. The question of the day for you is, what are you doing to grow? What are you doing to take your brand, to take your business, to take your world to the next level? If you're stagnant and staying the same, you're only going to stay the same. Is it time to do something different? Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, challenging us today. You have to be willing to disrupt yourself. You have to be willing to look at what's the white space. What am I not doing? What are new areas I can move into? Julie Riga's here. Good day to you, Julie Riga. Good morning. Welcome to a brand new episode of The Rundown with Ramon. You have to ask yourself this. Because if you don't ask yourself, what can we change? What can we disrupt? What can we do better? Somebody else is already thinking of it. And they may not be thinking of it from you directly. They're probably not if you're small like me. Nobody's thinking, how do I disrupt Zone of Genius? But I'm thinking, how do I grow? How do I disrupt myself? And success leaves clues. I'm looking at the other. What are they doing that I can learn from and add value to? Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been a brand new addition to The Rundown with Ramon. Join me at 7:30 a.m. most mornings, Monday through Friday, encouraging you. If you're not yet signed up to Zone of Genius, just go there, zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com. Sign up. Don't miss out. Get our insights in your inbox. And man, if you're looking to get coaching or mentorship from me, you want to grow with Ramon, you want me to mentor you and coach you about personal branding, marketing, and sales and customers and more, and a community of people who are growing together, check out RamonOfficeHours.com, RamonOfficeHours.com. My name is Ramon Ray. This has been a brand new edition of today's Rundown with Ramon. I'm glad you're here. See you next time. And here's my encouragement for you today. Go out and make a difference in the world. Go out and let people know you care. Go out and express a little bit of vulnerability, so people can know that you're there for them. Remember, there's somebody out there who needs you. You may not even know who they are, but if you want to maximize the full human experience of connectivity, it's our obligation maybe to reach out and touch somebody, to reach out and make a difference, to reach out and make connections. Me and Alexandria have a new relationship. I've been in her community. She's been in my community. We're in mutual communities together. Me and Ayanna, I'm in her community. On and on and on. Denny shows up here quite a bit here. Julie Regan, I met at Gary Vaynerchuk's VCon where I hosted. This is what community is like, whether it's on a personal level with your mama, your cousin, your brother or sister, the biggest relationships, people who live with you, see at home, people see you brushing your teeth, or the business relationships where we get a little bit of glammed up a little bit, and then we head out and pop our collar, as T.M. Hyman says. Alexandra Nicole asked this great question. Thank you, Alexandra. What does alignment feel like in business decisions? For me, it's like this, Alexandra, and it's very personal for each one of us. And I need to do better at alignment because oftentimes I say no too fast. But when I think of what alignment means for me, it's A, do I enjoy even doing it? Does it make me happy? Do I enjoy it? Number two, do I trust? Do I enjoy? Do I like the person who's doing it? Like how they show up, their vibe, their strengths. And people may be great people, but for some reason we just don't click. It's just how they show up, maybe how they laugh. I don't like their laugh, whatever it may be. But how do they show up? And number three, is what they're doing aligned with where I'm trying to go? And can I add value to them? Can they add value to me? Shark Tank is like this as well. They'll say, you're a great person, love what you're doing, but I see no value in what you're doing. I can't get interested in this. You have a community maybe that's all about vegan, no meat, no meat, no meat. What you're building is great, and I could invest in it, but I love meat, and so I wouldn't be the right person to work with you. They say this all the time. So for me, those three things I think, Alexandria, is do I like it? Does it excite me, especially at this level? Number two, do I like the person? We'll figure out what to do later, but do I like this person, their vibe? And number three, is there something mutually? Can I really contribute to what they're doing? Can they contribute to my goals? And we both can have a piece of the pie. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Thank you for being here. Be blessed. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time, 7:30 a.m. live. Or don't forget, listen to the podcast, which is growing. Watch our YouTube stream, which is growing. We go across channels. We're on our email newsletter, so there's no excuse for you to miss out on the Rundown.